Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of IDoWorkHereLady. In today's episode, I'm doing my job. I know where I am. Clearly, you don't. I am a human. I'm not a high schooler anymore. But I am the office lady. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. I'm doing my job. I used to work at an amusement park in the arcades. The uniform included a black shirt with the word arcade written on the back in bold white letters, important later. At the point in which this story takes place, I would be on my third year there and the second most senior member of the team. With that comes a pretty good relationship with the security and paramedics. On this night, someone put all of the basketballs into a single machine. It is a pretty simple fix: turn off the machine, and then transfer the basketballs to their proper place. Cue the new security guard, walking in and seeing me in one of the basketball machines. He starts yelling at me to get out, claiming that I am not allowed to be in the machines and just ignoring the uniform. At this point he makes the threat I love hearing: I'm going to be contacting the arcade owner, and have him come down here so you can see the damage you caused with him, and walk you through the bill you will be receiving. Now the owner and I are pretty close, so when I heard this I was thrilled. My response to him was glorious, not because of what I said, but the crowd of teenagers that stopped to watch the interaction with security. I merely said, "Tell owner I'm doing my job." The teenagers started shouting he's doing his job repeatedly, with worse and worse southern drawls, until it degenerated into her dur, South Park, they took our jobs. I could not help but laugh at these kids who saw the opportunity to have an IRL South Park moment and ran with it. It was at this point that the security guard realized I worked there, and he just left me there. I ended up giving them all free games on the basketball machines for the laugh. I know where I am. Clearly, you don't. Hey all, just getting into this sub, and am loving the stories. Not sure if this is the correct place to post, but since it definitely doesn't fit in /IDoWorkHereLady, I am hoping this is okay. It's not as bombastic a story as some of the others here, but I hope you enjoy it all the same. Years ago, I worked in a certain well-known bookstore, the name of which resembles Sheds and Highborns, if you follow my synonyms. After a few months, I cross-trained into the cafe, and eventually moved to that area full-time. Most of our customers were great, but we still had some issues that cropped up now and then. The most common issue we had to deal with was gift cards. For those who may not be familiar, the cafes at SNH sell the coffee drinks of a certain well-known coffee chain. I'll call it Moon Dollars and let you decode the name yourself, winky face. But, and this is important, we were not an actual Moon Dollars location. This was, and is true of all cafes inside SNH. We were an SNH cafe, as all our signage proclaimed, and we proudly served Moon Dollars coffee. We also served cheesecake from a well-known factory, as well as a bunch of other food that you would not find in a Moon Dollars. But to hopefully clear up any confusion, we had additional signs that basically stated, while we serve Moon Dollars coffee, we can't accept their coupons or gift cards, but we can accept SNH gift cards. Even with all this, we still had people try to pay with Moon Dollars gift cards all the time, even with a sign quite literally next to the credit card pad. Most people, once we explained why their cards wouldn't work, would be surprised, but then accept that we knew what we were talking about. One lady, though, would not. She swiped a Moon Dollars gift card and received the not accepted error message. We then explained, as we would always do, that we could not accept her Moon Dollars gift card. She didn't believe us, swiped the card again, this was the late 2000s, before the prevalence of their app, and then demanded to know why it wasn't working. We tried to explain again. She didn't seem to understand, so we restated that this was SNH Cafe serving their products, much like how we serve factory cheesecake, not a Moon Dollars. Her brilliant response was, "No, I know where I am." She refused to believe that we were not a Moon Dollars. Why would we lie, no matter how we explained, and eventually stormed off without getting her drink. I kinda wish there was more to it than that, but that was it. While it isn't the craziest story, it always just struck me as odd that this woman refused to believe the store employees about the nature of said store. Anyway, thanks for reading. I am a human. I am not sure where this story goes. It wasn't so much me working there or not, it was more if I was human or not. I used to work at a museum. I am a major history nerd, so I'd sometime come in on days off, because one of the perks was access to the collections. Even after I no longer worked there, I became a vendor and to this day still stop by as the collection perk still stands. This is important because I forget if I was working that day or not. Our dress code was business casual or historical. I always went historical or at minimum steampunk basic. The area the museum is located in has a high crime rate, and I found that I had much better interactions in antique garb. And it didn't matter which side of the war I portrayed, the conversations were always awesome. That day I was standing by the desk and had been talking to a coworker when a small group walked in. We greeted them, and they started milling around the gift shop. We had paused our conversation and were waiting for them to get tickets. I was moving, breathing, talking, etc. I noticed the group was getting uncomfortably close to my bubble. Where I was standing, I pretty much cornered, and there was nothing further for them to check out. That is when I saw a hand reaching for me. Me confused, excuse me? Person screams, oh my god, we thought you were a wax figure. They apologized profusely, and it led to a great discussion. The sad part with the museum is that it was underfunded. We didn't even have enough for tour guides. The pay *ked, and I admittedly let them use me for more than they paid, but the chance to explore the collection and hang out with historians I read was worth it. Almost every day though, I'd get somebody who would declare I couldn't possibly know what I was talking about because I worked in admissions. Not gonna lie, that, the pay, and the rising crime rate sadly caused me to leave. That said, I routinely check if they are hiring again for better positions, because I'd go back in a heartbeat. I'm not a high schooler anymore. So this happened last week. For context, I'm 22 and a high school educational assistant. Where I live, it's common for college students to work as kind of supervisor in middle and high schools to make ends meet. I had my sleeves rolled up as I spent the last 15 million searching for an entire class, not just one person across the school, to give them an information. It was infuriating. I had the idea to search at the library, but I didn't know if the teacher was the one I was looking for, so I asked the nice lady at her desk. She looked at me dead in the eyes, not wanting to answer, and started questioning me suspiciously. And then I realized she thought I was a student. Sorry miss, but I work here and you're wasting my time. I cleared the misunderstanding and went on with my day. I never thought that this could happen, as it's my second year there. I'm not even the team's youngest, I'm tall for a girl and heavily tattooed on the arms. But I am the office lady. Posted this on /idontworkherelady and was told to put it here. It's funny, because I am exactly the kind of person who is always mistaken for an employee. I guess I have that walk or whatever it is that people cue off of. I'm an office manager at a church and an atheist, because life is funny, and was sitting at my desk doing my thing when a guy from our pest control company comes in. Hi, I'm Freddie with Pest Control Company. I usually talk with, I can't remember her name, the older woman who works in this office? Me, hi Freddie, I'm Neon Fuzzball, the office manager, you probably spoke with me actually dash. No, it was a few months ago, the office lady was much older. She let me into the kitchen. Me, well, I can let you into the kitchen, that's no problem. Here's my card, hands him my office manager biz card. Gosh, I just can't seem to remember her name. She works here in the office. Me, well, I work here in the office, so you'll be stuck with me from now on. Fake Midwestern laugh. I always deal with the office lady, will she be in today? Me, I'm in charge of the office, so I can take care of whatever dash. No, I need to talk to the office lady, the one who works here, he points at my desk. Me, there's no other office lady. The only other woman who works here is the minister. Him, but I always talk to the office lady, the older woman. Me, just leave your paperwork here, I'll make sure it gets to the right place. Him, I'm supposed to leave it with staff. Me, they pay me, I'm staff. Him, oh, they pay volunteers? Me, I'll make sure the paperwork gets to the right place. Him, is she your mom or something, is that why you're helping out? Guys, I swear it was me. I've been here for years. It's my office. I'm the only one who works here. I'm the one who deals with vendors. I am the older woman he talked to. But by the end of this, he honestly had me doubting it. Eventually, he gave up and agreed to give me the paperwork to give to her when she comes in, and went to spray for bugs. I guess I'm officially an old woman, but can pass as a younger version of myself with my mask on.